Artichoke extract, luteolin, has been shown to boost memory and learning, improve motivation and mood, and stimulate the growth of new neurons in the brain. The artichoke extract is a natural PDE4 inhibitor in the brain. Excess PDE4 degrades CAMP. CAMP is important for neural signaling within the brain cells. As a secondary messenger in the neurons, CAMP produces proteins that are needed for neuron and synapse growth. This process is called long-term potentiation. Long-term potentiation is the process where synaptic connections get stronger in response to electrical stimulation in the brain. This process happens naturally throughout life's experience. It's a critical part of synaptic plasticity. Brain structure changes over time through the synaptic plasticity, and this is how experience is recorded through learning and memory. When PDE4 increases, CAMP is depressed, and learning, memory, and mood all suffer. The artichoke extract inhibits the PDE4 in the brain, and this stabilizes and increases CAMP. This boosts learning, motivation, memory, and mood. Artichoke extract helps to generate the growth of dendrites on neurons, and it helps to reconstruct synapses, the junctions where nerve cells communicate with other neurons. This boosts memory and it restores neural networks. Artichoke extract helps to reduce inflammation in the brain by preventing the overproduction of cytokines and by taming the flames of inflammation in the neurons, preventing memory loss and neurological dysfunction. Artichoke extract contains a naturally occurring compound called luteolin. The luteolin is a powerful phosphodiesterase inhibitor, or PDE4 inhibitor. Excess PDE4 in the brain is bad because it degenerates CAMP. The cyclic adenosine monophosphate, or CAMP, is a derivative of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. ATP is produced in the mitochondria in each of your cells, so CAMP is a part of that cellular energy source. As a secondary messenger in the neurons, CAMP helps to produce proteins for increased neuron growth. Neuron dendrites connect to other neurons through a process called long-term potentiation. Long-term potentiation creates an increase in the production of CAMP. This triggers a biochemical cascade of reactions. These effects reveal themselves to us as learning and memory. When CAMP is degraded, it interferes with efficient brain signaling, and it interferes with long-term potentiation, making it harder to develop memories and to learn. Artichoke extract reduces the PDE4. When the PDE4 is reduced, you not only maintain healthy CAMP cellular energy, but brain signaling is actually amplified. When the artichoke extract, luteolin, is combined with another herb called forskolin, you get double duty. The luteolin reduces the PDE4, which maintains cellular signal strength, and the forskolin boosts the CAMP, increasing brain signal strength. Luteolin is not bioavailable on its own if taken as a supplement. It requires the presence of naturally occurring bioflavonoids in order to be metabolized by the body and to reach the cells in its active form. Artichoke extract contains the compound apigenin 7-rutinoside and nerutin, and these unlock luteolin's potential to work within your cells. The CAMP helps to stimulate the production of CREB, which is CAMP response eliminating binding protein. An increase in CREB enhances long-term potentiation. Long-term potentiation is the connection between brain synapses, strengthening in response to stimulation by neurons on either side, a major component in both learning and memory. Memories are stored at a cellular level, and they're retrieved at a cellular level. This well-traveled pathway is strengthened by boosting CAMP with artichoke extract. This improvement in memory was demonstrated by researchers at the University of Genoa in Italy. Rats and mice were used in the study. The PDE4 inhibitor used was a chemical derivative of roloprane. Results of the study showed this derivative enhanced memory function even at low doses, acting on the same neural pathway as artichoke extract in humans. Researchers studied the effects of luteolin on immune cells in the brain called microglia. The microglia produce cytokines in response to infections and toxins. Overproduction of cytokines results in inflammation and the destruction of neurons. Artichoke extract reduced brain inflammation. In the study, brain cells in the mice were pre-treated with luteolin before being exposed to a substance that induced inflammation in the brain cells, the same type of inflammation that humans experience from daily exposure to toxins. The study showed that luteolin offered protection against brain inflammation, and its consequences included problems with cognition and memory. The research team concluded that luteolin may be useful for mitigating neural inflammation. Environmental factors, ADHD, illness, stress, and aging changes our brain chemistry. Mood and motivation declines. Memory and recall declines. Long-term memories fade. All of these changes are contributing factors to poor quality of life, and as they progress to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's. Research from hundreds of studies and feedback from users have shown that the artichoke extract can improve memory by inhibiting PDE4 in the brain, which boosts CAMP activity, and it can also boost dopamine levels in the brain. Artichoke extract combined with forskolin is even more effective, because not only are you helping the CAMP activity in your brain, you're also boosting it with forskolin. Inhibiting PDE4 and boosting the CAMP also makes the effect of normal dopamine production more effective. Boosting processes in this stream of chemical reactions in the brain increases learning and memory, without the side effects of stimulating dopamine production through the use of drugs like Adderall or Ritalin. Many users report that artichoke extract and forskolin improve mood. It motivates you to want to learn and to get things done. Some say it works as good as modafinil. It improves mood and motivation. There's an increased ability to study, increased ability to retain information, and improved long-term memory formation. Microglia are immune cells in your brain and your spinal cord. They produce signaling molecules called cytokines. These cytokines are cell signaling molecules that aid communication between cells in immune responses. When microglia cells are not regulated, they produce excessive levels of cytokines, and inflammatory cytokines kill neurons, leading to cognitive aging and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, and they're responsible for producing symptoms like sleepiness, loss of appetite, memory deficits, and depression. Researchers at the University of Illinois worked with a group of young and old mice. The mice were fed a controlled diet or a luteolin supplemented diet for 4 weeks. The research team found that luteolin helped to regulate the microglial cells, and it stopped them from producing excess cytokines. This reduced inflammation in the brains of the aged mice, and it restored memories to the levels observed in the young mice. Users report that artichoke extract boosts the mood. Researchers at Kurum University School of Medicine in Japan demonstrated in the lab how this boost in mood occurs. When the dopamine D1 receptors in the prefrontal cortex of the brain malfunction, psychotic symptoms and other nasty symptoms show up, including schizophrenia. The study found that dopamine D1 receptors signal through the CAMP cascade, which is modulated by the PDE4 enzyme. In the study, the researchers inhibited the PDE4 production in the lab, showing that an increase in dopamine resulted in influencing cognitive function, proving the antipsychotic action of suppressing PDE4. Researchers at the West Virginia University Health Science Center in the US worked with tame and wild mice. Suppressing PDE4 in the mice enhanced their memory, and it increased the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus of the brain of these mice. For PDE4 suppression, 900 mg of artichoke extract per day. For boosting CAMP, 4 mg of forskolin or Coleus forskolii extract per day. For counteracting forskolin's effect on acetylcholinesterase, 800 mg of acetyl L-carnitine also should be taken per day. Many users of this stack report that it's helpful to supplement with 500 mg of phenylalanine and a B vitamin complex, and even caffeine. Older users may recognize the above recommendations as the CILTEP stack. Acetylcholinesterase is upregulated by CAMP, which makes you sleepy. This means that available acetylcholine in your brain drops. You can counteract this by taking acetyl L-carnitine, which calms the upregulation of the acetylcholinesterase. Artichoke extract has been documented to lower blood cholesterol in humans and animal studies. This means it may potentiate the effects of cholesterol-lowering statin drugs. Artichoke extract affects the liver by stimulating the flow of bile, so if you have liver disease, be careful about using this herb. Artichoke extract can also cause gallbladder contractions, so if you have gallbladder disease or gallstones, you should check with your doctor before using this herb. Luteolin on its own as a supplement doesn't appear to be effective. The luteolin is not bioavailable, so your body can't use it. Luteolin as part of the artichoke plant is used by your body because it contains other flavonoids that help your body to absorb it. Artichoke extract is especially helpful when it's combined with the herb forskolin. It helps to boost memory, increase motivation and the desire to learn, and it helps to improve mood. It's suggested dosing artichoke extract at 900 mg per day, taken in the morning, with 4 mg of forskolin. You can stack 800 mg of acetyl L-carnitine to keep your acetylcholine levels up. It's been found that combining this artichoke extract stack with caffeine is also useful, or something like green tea, which contains caffeine and L-theanine. It's also been noted that more is not better with this stack, and by taking this early in the day, it's good for a productive day, as the effects will last all day long. And finally, we're making the effects of normal dopamine function more effective with this mix. It triggers the desirable downstream processes that increase learning and memory. The chemical dynamics of the dopamine system are preserved, and we don't get the negative side effects from using something like a stimulant like Adderall or Ritalin. The artichoke extract luteolin stack increases mental endurance for encoding long-term memories.